Something about it must be something to do with the atmosphere. Something in the air, man. These stand-ins for OG just always seem to excel. And Chu has certainly shown it so far in this tournament. Looks like we're going to just have the 2-2 split of bounty runes, nothing major. Though we did see OG start off with an early D ward, so that's a huge advantage. I think Chu actually got like full experience for a D ward in that top lane, so good start for him. BZM versus Armel in the mid lane matchup. Two super skilled mid laners in a matchup that, well, can be a little bit snooze. We'll see. Dragon Knight is usually just one of those heroes that chills out. It's not until the mid game that we're really going to see him be super active. It's not a hero that we've seen a whole lot of mid lately. Why do you think they brought it back?
No, I mean, this second phase was all about stuns for OG. You open a dying TA, you just want to get the control, make sure you can anchor the fights around the tombstone, play off the back of the trap. So OG, Dragon Knight, Rubik, deal with the puck, get your stuns at the same time. This team really likes having their stuns because, again, they play this tri-core type lineups. You're not going to have a lack of damage. You might fall in a position where you have a lack of control, and that's where, like you're talking about, all these support players on OG, they love hitting their shackles, love hitting their fissures, love hitting their lifts. It's all about the control. And tri-lane on tri-lane action, a little bit of a throwback here.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, I'm not convinced OG is going to be able to win this aggro tri-lane they've got going out. The toss back. Januel is taking a lot of damage and he doesn't have level 2 yet, so there's no Shadow Realm to protect him. Amar takes the first blood. Fnatic thought they were going to be able to kill Amar. It turns out it goes the other way around.
Yeah, OG late to the tri-lane and still getting that first blood. A little bit of mischief dodge, a little bit of fairy fire action, but still.
Nice toss back. This is what I was expecting. Toss back underneath tower into stuns. I feel like this is really difficult for OG to deal with, which means they probably want the creep wave to push in, which it is going to. They've got double range creeps going out there.
I mean, tri-laning into Undying is pretty damn tough. There's not a lot that beats it over the long run. The upside is, in theory, they get some early XP and gold for this Beastmaster who otherwise would have had to play into that Dirge himself. So Jabs does get the one-on-one. At the same time, he was kind of getting beat up in this one-on-one. Yuragi just taking it to him with the side blades and the damage. He's kind of limping his way to Helm here. Will get it. All said and done, I feel like Jabs is probably happy with this outcome compared to what he was facing down the barrel, which was going to be a rough start. Of course, Alk can always catch up. I think Fnatic just wants XP out of this. I almost think this trialing was a bit of a, they were trying to bait OG into, you know, running around the map, not getting their static lane setup they wanted, propel them past the first few levels here, and then they're going to be happy. That said, Jabs bleeding on bottom and just gets side-bladed into oblivion here. Not exactly what he wanted to get out of the Helm that was still on courier and didn't even get delivered to him there.
Yeah, you can see how hard this lane is. Not only is the Beastmaster dying, but you can see Januel, he's like, okay, I just got to pull creeps, which is typically not what you do as a range 4 position. And somehow missed the easy camp there, so his wave ends up getting pulled. That's awkward. Taiga did a nice job earlier. We saw him deny himself, basically threw himself into the tier 2 so he could get into this position to help Yuragi. And a big reason why they get this second kill in the game.
Decent laning start for OG here. This is not a team you want to give a laning start to. It tends to be, I think, one of the weaknesses you can exploit. If they get a lead, they just tend to build it and they become unstoppable here. I'm a bit worried at how far Jabs is falling behind here. Sure, he got the Helm, but he hasn't been able to stay in the lane to any degree versus Undying TA, and Yuragi's just getting the world gifted to him.
He certainly is. I mean, if they're going to be winning that top lane and the TA is free farming, I mean, that just means the TA is going to go into the triangle pretty quickly. We could see a fast Desolator, which means Roshan, very early Roshan could be on the table for OG.
Sure. I mean, TA kills it, and at the same time, you have Wukong and Undying Tombstone to dissuade the contest.
Oh, yeah.
That's like an impossible Roche for Fnatic, especially since Alk is probably going to be on catch-up duty for most of this game. His start is not fun here versus the Monkey King. Double Wraithband and boots up for Amar already. First blood gold injected straight into his veins, and he's slapping it right back to Palos.
Now, it is interesting, OG playing this off-lane Monkey King. It's something that we have seen Amar play a couple times before. We saw it at the Major. In fact, it was used specifically against Fnatic. So that is kind of an interesting little twist.
I mean, Amar likes this Monkey. It fits his profile of these like anti-carry offlaners. You think of these Razors, you think of these Vipers. Monkey can fit this role kind of subtly, At the same time, of course, it's also a carry masquerading as an offlaner where you can scale.
Yep,
but this hero just destroys melee carries on the lane.
Really trying for this one. They do manage to get the avalanche
toss back
into the
detection.
toss back. There it is. The Bramble's going to be able to work through the
This is a
refraction
huge
as well.
kill.
So this is a really nice kill if they can get it, but it's going to take a little bit more. The Tombstone's already out. They want to fight into that one, and they don't have Shadow Realm for Gen. Well, so he's going to be tossed back again. Fnatic go for an aggressive maneuver, but instead find themselves to be the victim of OG.
And this is worst case scenario. Beastmaster not getting anything aggressive. More levels to the Templar Assassin, and the whole time, again, Palos cannot lane top. This is an unlaneable one-on-one. The mid matchup going okay for Armel here. It's just not much pressure he can exert on the Dragon Knight. Double bracer up, full stick. This is a lane setup OG's very happy with. All they have to think about is this aggression that can come out from Beast. If they shut it down every time, there's no other play options on the map for Fnatic. It's just going to be on catch-up duty, try and get some stacks up for the Alk, play defensive. OG don't want to give him that time. Using the catapult mid, level 6 timing for Dragon Knight, 6-minute rune. Everybody looking for it.
They're going to try and punish him with the
Snap
toss
the
back.
coil.
Does it snap the coil? It does. Straight to the Bramble as well. Really nice combo there from Fnatic, showing they've got something still that they can do. Even though their previous moves of aggression were a bit stymied, they still able to do something here. Of course, Amar had a nice use of the trickery there towards the end. Palos stuns himself.
Leave you man up.
Palos may have to just leave lane pre-level 6, which is going to feel really bad, or maybe he's going to go and leave lane. In a casket here, so they've got the ward behind the tower.
He doesn't want to leave because there's just no stacks. He was laning with this DJ Tiny. I mean, DJ doesn't want to be stacking. He wants to be killing heroes.
Yeah.
The kill mid definitely helped this game a lot. But these side lanes for Fnatic, they are just very far behind. And they're not side lanes that necessarily get better for them over the long run. Especially this TA, just how farmed he is.
So it means a lot is going to come down to Armel and his rotations, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is why Fnatic really wants to contest these power rooms and stop the DK momentum, because that will free up the puck. And
I mean,
kill
you knew
felt
Palos,
inevitable.
he was going to die eventually.
Oh, yeah. There's just nowhere for him to go.
And the Siege Wagon is pushing in, so this is going to be at least a decent amount of damage to this top tower. We'll see if they're able to kick DG out of lane at all. And if they're able to tank for the tower as well for the next creep wave.
I can even see this Alk just trying to make some early moves to help defend mid. The next DK form is coming up here. As I say that, he instantly TPs in for the bottle refill. I think Fnatic's only play option here is really to play around the coil, try and get some aggressive bait from OG that gets turned around against him.
It's just like the toss coil combo.
Yeah, the
right?
toss
It's
coil. The other route is you play around this roar and the summons. Jabs does have his Helm of the Dominator. This is where he can start to push back against this TA.
Sure, the refraction is no longer going to be a
Armel's down
defense. Armel, he's going to show up, spots Uragi. He's got the coil ready to go, but they do not opt to try and dive for that kill.
Well, they're trying to have Palos defend mid while they make this bottom move.
Well, that's not going to go well. Not with the two supports rotating in. Palos, he's going to have to run down the river away from this tombstone, turn around, stuns up BCM. It's going to be kind of a close call. They're going to have another round of decay and a shot from BCM, and Palos is going to fall.
Stalling them up a decent amount, forces the tomb drop. It'll probably free up this bottom tower for Jabs as Uragi leaves the lane from the numbers. Still mid tower. This is exactly what BZM want, and it's pretty much the best move Taiga can make at this point in the game. Meanwhile, Amar, the silent carry, just continuing to farm top in an empty lane pretty much.
Yeah.
DJ leeching what he can. He's leached a decent amount, up to 1,000 gold. This is going to be a slow game for Fnatic. They're going to have to grind out what little map control they have. Try and make the best out of this Greevil's greed.
Which means, like, a lot of it could be the way Fnatic's back into the game is, you know, playing that defensive Dota and waiting for OG to slip up, which does come down to the interesting factor of just stamina and fatigue, right? Where here, a LAN environment is naturally more draining than your regular Dota match, and OG, man, they played the first match of the day, long series, tough 1-2. Now they're having to play a second series at the end of the day.
Look,
we'll
if
see
I
how
know
long.
anything,
Yeah. Amar has the stamina higher than any player I've met. This guy plays 10 pubs a day and flames everybody in all of them. He's used to it, you know?
That guy's max energy all the time.
Exactly.
At least when it comes to flame. Palos, this Undying is being a little annoying, and they're going to make sure he's punished for a move like that. Armel. Is he
That's
going to be
the stun.
fine? Maybe not. Amar's going to show up. They're going to get the chainsaw off of that. The avalanche might help Amar, but he cannot jump to the other side of that cliff. Palos was able to finish up the creep wave, but still.
He got his skeleton stolen, man.
Oh, no.
He really just wanted the skellies.
Man, look how far away he is from a Radiance.
Yeah, he's going to be far away for a very long time. This is why Fnatic really want to hold this mid tower, and that type of move, not only isn't that great for them, but it costs them the coil and the resources they kind of need to defend mid, which is their last bastion to maintain the camps for Alchemist. It's going to force Palace into this bottom area of the map now, which takes it away from Jabs. Wouldn't be surprised to see Fnatic try and smoke this Beastmaster on the next roar, clear out their own jungle, potentially even defend top, because they're not going to have the option for these super aggressive moves. They have to take the defensive fights when OG gives it to them and try and make space for this Alchemist to catch up.
It is kind of awkward, right? The Alchemist and Beastmaster, when you're in this situation, they kind of want to occupy the same area of the map, right?
Yeah, that's the downside of this tower going down, is it forces them to the same camps. And as we're seeing Jabs, he's just getting kicked towards mid here.
Long jump forward here, getting on top of DJ. He avalanches and heads back to the safety of the tower, though that tower I don't think is going to last for long. Not with BZM and a double damage. Sweep it in from behind, gonna catch DJ. Follow up here from Amar, he's gonna drop the Wukong's command. That'll easily be enough damage to get that kill, and nobody from Fnatic is gonna rotate to stop this one, so that top tower is probably forfeit, though the Beastmaster is gonna make move towards mid. They're gonna spot Chu. Do you manage to silence him and see if the silence lasts long enough? He has to jump away before the telekinesis is there. They do have all the creeps coming in from the Beastmaster. Armel on the other side as well. One last sweep, and they do manage to get it. Jabs claims the last hit, though the mid creep wave does die, so they didn't get any tower damage in.
At least they're getting something on the map. They're wasting a bit of this TA's time watching his friend die. Jabs will now move up into that chop jungle so they can free up the space for Alk. This is kind of the ideal map setup that they want to have going on, considering the circumstances. So all in all, that move, decent for Fnatic. Maintaining their map control, getting some more vision. John Will had some more D-wards during that whole period. Vision in Fnatic's favor at the moment as well. Very big for them. It's often the best way to abuse this Beastmaster.
That Beastmaster is now sticking it out in the dire jungle as Palos farms his way back to the triangle. So expecting some sort of smoke maneuver here from OG. I mean, they've taken the outer towers. Now it's time to start asserting, planting your flag somewhere on the dire side of the map and really ensuring that Fnatic can't keep on farming the way they're doing.
And here it is, Blink for the Dragon Knight, Deso for TA. This is a scary timing.
Yeah, if they get the right opening, right, it's straight into the Roshan pit.
Yep. And that's why DJ's just been super annoying pushing this top lane out deep. Okay, they're going to smoke find him here and kill him. But this is probably the best target that Fnatic can give up for this smoke. It's a huge way for BZM to run. It's a random support who got more gold off the wave. DJ even went phase boots in this game, being a little greedy. More time for Alchemist to kill some skeletons bottom. More time for Beast to shove mid in. Again, I don't think this Roche was ever contestable from Fnatic to begin with.
Yeah.
And OG is just going to force it with the Desolator.
We'll see what Fnatic gets in the meantime, because they probably have a strong idea of this is happening. I mean, I would expect some sort of move, maybe on mid. But the Beastmaster is actually just farming the triangle right now.
The move is just so dangerous. I mean, you overextended at this Tombstone. They don't have the best hitters early on in the game unless Beast feels insanely strong to just run in. You have to think about the trap vision. You have to think about this monkey sitting in a random tree might just stun you. The aggressive moves, I think, are still off the table for now. Jabs stacked this triangle, gonna give it to his Alchemist friend.
Yeah, careful with that shockwave there, Jabs.
I mean, all things considered, this Radiance timing is not the worst I've seen.
Yeah, he's definitely recovered pretty well, because I feel like his net worth at 9 minutes was pretty substandard, but now he's kind of back into a decent spot. And we'll see. I mean, the Radiance just accelerates things even further. There's still this awkward part where Palos and Jabs are occupying the same part of the map and kind of fighting over the same farm.
At the same time, OG hasn't built any crazy amount of lead. Their supports have a little low damage until, the next few minutes. I say that, and Chu does have level 4 Avalanche, which is why they're smoking. It's going to be kind of a map control game from OG. They just want to get all 3 of their cores insanely farmed to the point where
Jabs is here. They're going to spot him.
Someone's getting caught by these.
At this point, would you say, like, Fnatic, these deaths are sort of expected in some way? They just kind of, like, have to aggressively shove out lanes and then make moves like this, where they're going to try and catch the Undying. Not the easiest kill in the world, but a good toss-back snap of the coil does do a much more efficient job of killing the Undying.
Lamar doesn't want to give him the space.
Oh, barely gets out that fear before the stun comes out. But apparently they're going to keep chasing here. No reason not to. They can get the stun. The follow-up there, the bounce strike. There's the chain stun, and Armel, well, he doesn't really have much to jump on. He barely gets away to the side. A two-man stun from Palos. What an entrance from the air. And there you have it. Palos picks up the double kill. What an opportunity for him, showing up at just the perfect time.
Yeah, global silence strikes again, but you know, what can you do? A lot of silencer in this meta.
Amazing two-man stun from them. That's the kind of overextension that Fnatic want to get out of OG here. If they dive deep, no tombstone for that engagement. The pick-off proving super valuable. Exactly what Fnatic want. A fight around their tower. OG cores commit in deep. Gives Palos a free fight here. Puck barely living with the jaunts of Armel here, dodging some right clicks. Absolutely so beautiful.
And this, I mean, that AoE stun, Curse Crown, then they're all just set up. There's nothing OG can do about this second life.
Again, this is not the type of anchored fight OG wants around their Wukong, around their Tombstone. That's a big injection of net worth for Fnatic here.
Massive. In fact, the first time that they've had the net worth lead, which you would expect them to have with an Alchemist lineup, and only just now being able to obtain it. So, goes to say a lot about the way that they've managed to climb their way back into the game, though I would still not say that they're ahead. It's still definitely OG controlling the tempo of this game. They're the ones in the driver's seat. They're the ones going to be dictating this next fight, which is going to be four-man smoke. Breaks on mid, and nothing's going to come of it.
This is a lot of movement for OG. I can feel that they know they're stronger. They want to control the map. Fnatic just splitting them up, being super annoying to catch. Not super reliable for OG at this point in the game. That said, the start that they have in this game, the early Aegis, the amount they're going to be able to farm on the map with all three of their cores. The issue for Fnatic here is, are they going to get to this Alchemist timing at a point where he can actually engage in the fight versus the BKBs from OG and just the raw physical that's going to come out from this lineup? You have the Deso, you have the melt hits that are going to come in, and then you have a DK Monkey King on the back of that that are just going to output an insane amount of damage into this Alchemist, who's not going to have armor for a lot of time. And I think that's why Palos is, again, we saw this yesterday, rushing AC here. Radiance, BKB, AC, skipping Blink.
I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for the Heaven's Halberd. I thought that was
that was the other option. Yeah. I think we were going to see what does he think is going to deal with this physical the most. Jab's even going for this Wraith Pact over the Helm of the Overlord, just trying to help mitigate some of this damage and be able to fight into this OG ball. Blink on Armel. Maybe time to get aggressive here.
Yeah,
they have to
with
be
the
careful,
BKB. This has got to be a big power spike for Fnatic, and if they get the right opening here, maybe a mid-tower to claim.
Oh, here's some damage mitigation. Frost armor off this Ogre Frost Mage
that
could
is
prove
a
huge.
Monster pickup, actually.
Yeah, it's actually huge for what OG want to do in these fights. And maybe giving Fnatic the confidence to push in here.
OG, do not give them the free team fight opener here. But Fnatic are still going to push it.
DJ would really like to get a toss back here and disjoint the fight.
They're going to go for it off the glyph. They're going to go for the Wukong's command. See if they can chain stun the Alchemist inside. That nice toss back from DJ. There goes the Terrorize as well. They've got the stuns going out onto the TA, but it looks like Palos maybe wants BZM instead. They're going to go for the DK. Now turn back for that Templar Assassin.
Stuck
and
in
they
the
just wipe through OG one by one. Your tombstone means nothing. Your tower doesn't mean a damn. They just run down these heroes with the Alchemist. Lost sight, gets the vision, stuns himself, but it doesn't matter. The Rubik's dead as well. 4 dead on the side of OG. They thought they could defend that tower against Fnatic, but they thought wrong.
Fnatic with the ward behind the tower. The Hawks doing all the work there. The toss from DJ, absolutely perfect conceptually for how Fnatic wants to take this fight. Yuragi doesn't have BKB yet. He's just getting stuck in the brambles from this Willow Shard as well. Brown Boots rushed it, definitely paying dividends. An amazing fight from Fnatic here, abusing their timing to the max. Beautiful silences from Armel on the backside. And of course, that Ogre Frost Mage should get the extra right clicks in the middle of it all.
That was actually, I mean, that toss was so good, but at the same time, Armel and Januel's response was also so perfect that the toss maybe wasn't even needed.
He might have just been able to stand and fight.
Yeah, he might have been able to because everybody else responded so perfectly.
I mean, a beautiful synchronization of timings. You have the Blink Witchblade for Puck, you have the BKB for Alk, you have the Wraith Pact for Jabs. A really nice itemization here from Fnatic. Even that Willow Shard proving to be immensely useful in that engagement. Fnatic strike back here, pushing the lead up to 5K. Again, the vision game has just been immaculate from them. Still controlling most of the map here. Hawks and wards deep on OG's side. I don't think OG's been able to get any wards on Fnatic's side for a decent amount of time. And it's costing them dearly. They just can't read where Fnatic's splitting them up. Now all of a sudden, Palos, Hyperstone, clearing some zombies.
Can you no longer farm zombies with Grievil's Greed?
I think you can.
I'm surprised Palos didn't take advantage of that.
Oh, they're looking for Amar.
Oh, but he's got the BKB. Still, though, a BKB expended is a decent win. A decent trade-off for a coil used, especially since they got the tier 2. They're going to be able to take the outpost here. It feels like Fnatic is still going to be kind of running this game until the TA BKB. That, I feel like, is maybe when OG can turn and take these team fights a little bit better.
The triple core BKB timing is going to be OG's best way to retake this game, especially for the Roshan fight. I wouldn't be surprised to just see OG play for it, considering they want Fnatic to come into them.
At the same time, that's going to be, oh, the smoke's going to break. Oh, DJ almost caught him there with the avalanche, but Amar was just a bit quicker.
This is where the vision game means a lot, right? You see this monkey in a tree, you might get a cut. You might just be able to jump him before he jumps you. And at the same time, try and secure this next Roshan. Fnatic pushing hard here. Another ward for OG going to go down. I'm worried about their ability to contest this next Roshan if they don't see anything. It's going to be a blind smoke, trying to bank on the power of triple BKB, enough to fight through all of the boar slow, potential tossback saves.
I mean, not that OG know, but I feel like a later Roshan is to their advantage. Like if Roshan spawned right now, I feel like Fnatic could take it pretty easily. But a later Roshan means a chance for BKB. It's on BZN. It's soon going to be on Uragi. So they are going to hit their timing to play for this second Rosh. We are going to have a big clash.
The problem is the armor differential is getting skewed heavily in the last few minutes here.
Yeah.
AC done for Palos. Jabs even picked up Dragon Scale phase boots, just trying to pack on any extra armor he has. Fnatic have a very good read on this game, which is if OG can't kill you through right clicks, there is no other damage in their lineup.
That's true. So in that case, how does OG set up a team fight? Like, who are they gunning for first?
You have to go in with the DK stun, go in with a lift, chain the stuns, commit with all your cores in BKB, and burst a good core. Ideally, you're looking for Puck or Alk. It's a majority of Fnatic's damage.
Do you think they can burst the Alchemist?
That's a tricky question. I think they can with the triple BKB chain stun. The question is there going to be another tossback save? Is there going to be a roar interrupt?
He jumps in. Amar goes straight to it to BKB. They're going to try and blow up the Beastmaster, trying to lead the damage into him, but it's a little bit slow, but the Wukong's command, they ensure it pretty easily with the Tombstone out as well. This part of the fight, this area is OG's, but Fnatic are outside of it.
DJ
and they're going to play.
Back.
They're going to go back in, perhaps? No. DJ. He was behind them, but it looks like the rest of Fnatic called it quits. They said it's not worth it. Let's not fight into this Tombstone any longer. The trade-off was not bad for Fnatic at all. 1 for 2.
Yeah, especially with the late Rosh, as you said. I think they're happy to get these BKBs used and on cooldown. That was a Wukong Undying Tombstone anchored fight. Probably the worst case scenario for Fnatic. They still get 2 supports off the back of it. Jabs was pretty tanky there, man. This little armor plus the Frost Ogre is adding up.
Yeah, I felt like
even
I was
with
like
an extra buckler.
Did he miss a melt strike or something? I felt like he took no damage initially.
There's some extra Radiance mischance, perhaps, depending on
I
when
think that might have been it. I did not see a big melt hit. And I was like, is there a Evans Halberd or something? We'll see. We'll watch it back. Because you could watch. Jab's HP did not go down very quickly. Uragi jumped.
Tickling him here.
Oh, he missed! Oh, man. I mean, not that it really changed too much. Ultimately, he died. And I'm not sure if Uragi could have killed someone else.
Probably not. That fight's going to go the same way. But you can see the power of this armor adding up for Fnatic here. This is worrying for OG because their physical is not going to scale to an insane amount in the next 5 to 6 minutes here, which means, are you just giving up the Roshan? Are you giving Aegis to this Alchemist who's suddenly going to be at your base, smacking your building?
Well, we're about to find out. Roshan's going to spawn right now. A little bit surprised he didn't go for the acid spray, grants armor to allies. I feel like that is a kind of natural like not a counter, but it's a small answer to like Wukong's command. It's
Yeah,
just
but
generally
you want to
helpful.
sit in the Wukong and see how
Yeah,
you
sure.
want to create a damage test here? I don't know. Palos, the other games we saw him play this out, he took this damage per Greevil's Greed every time. It's a significant amount of damage. Combine it with the Brigand's Blade, and suddenly you're getting a free Sacred Relic every hit.
All right, so
There's that
OG
Aegis.
give this Roshan to Fnatic. Surely that means that they think that there's a better timing for them to fight. Like, do you feel like they can just push this game to outscale the Alchemist because they do have sort of 3 cores farming?
In theory, if it goes very late, yes, I think OG's cores kick in, especially if you're talking about, you know, Dragon Knight, Ags timing, Mjolnir. These types of items are going to make it hard for Fnatic's itemization to just push through. I'm not sure they're going to get there at this rate, though. Like, Fnatic is hitting a huge timing here on the back of this Alk. He got his shard as well, extra Berserk Potion coming in. Again, let's say Fnatic take a fight where Wukong gets used, Tombstone gets used, no one gets caught in it, Fnatic can reset. That's high ground scenario.
Yeah.
Like, right there. And I don't think you're taking that fight into the Aegis.
And maybe that's a big reason why OG didn't fight for that Roshan, because they have to be super careful about what that team fight looks like. As you say, if they try and execute and they don't actually get the kills required, they're going to have Fnatic banging on their front door. In fact, they're going to go for it right now. Knock, knock. Anybody from OG home?
DJ might give him a warm welcome. He's looking with the Hawk Vision, Force Staff and Blink. He will be happy to toss anybody back here, force himself back out.
Yeah,
Very
OG,
scary
they
defense.
see that Hawk and they play the distance away. They're going to try and slow down. Ooh.
Early BKB.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. Palos is like, okay, you stunned me. I'm still going to go. Chemical Rage is about to wear out, though, so it's about time for Fnatic to reset. Don't think they want to fight without that one. I mean, they still have plenty of time at the Aegis. I feel like there's no
It's
rush
up
here.
at 20, another Chemical Rage.
Yeah, they might as well just chill, wait for the next creep wave.
They do see this DD in the river, Armel
They're
going
both
for
gunning
it.
for it. Armel, he's not going to go for it. Or, sorry, Armel picks it up. Amar does not go for it. In fact, he's going to be maybe get caught. BKB, turn around, but he's not going to get a kill. He's just going to, oh, he can't TP
Doesn't
out.
have it.
He can
30
jump
second
to the trees
cooldown.
here in a second, but the coil catches him. Perfect timing from Armel. Timed it perfectly with the BKB
Awkward
racing out.
fight.
And now there's still a fight going on inside the base, but BZM, oh, unstable concoction going out from the Rubik, keeping this Alchemist controlled for now. The Terrorize is going to go and push the Templar Assassin back at the same time, but the range barracks is already dead.
Tombstone
Palos is thinking
just
about
gone.
going for more. The Tombstone's on out with no Amar and no Tombstone. Much of the team fight is just gone here for OG.
This is Rax for sure. Aegis still up for 2 seconds. Chemical Rage going to wear out, but I don't think Palos is afraid of much here. No Wukong, no Tombstone, no ability to pull this out deep into their base either. That's a free Rax, and there's no reason to let up.
Yeah, there's still 2 minutes left on this Aegis.
Exactly.
I mean, if you didn't stop them before, how are you going to put together the team fight to stop them now?
All right, there's some damage.
Yeah, it's definitely coming out. Okay, second life. This time he'll have the Chemical Rage as well. But Fnatic, Amar is coming back up. I feel like this could be an opening for OG.
They chain stun it right, pull the Alk back in with a lift. They do have the burst. He will
Found the
die.
strike
They're
on
going
it
to try
too.
it.
Here comes the Dragon Knight initiation, but defensive force staffs. The Alchemist was already facing away, so Fnatic had a pretty clean way to reset that fight. And, well, that just means some abilities put on cooldown like that Dragon form for nothing gained.
Time to farm the map. Let Greevil's Greed go to work. Get to your next round of items where you're too tanky for OG's damage. Jabs working towards a Lotus. Going to be amazing versus the single target stun chain that Chu has been trying to pull off. And very quick force staff from DJ as well. They know the only way OG wins a fight is if they pull this Alkin and lock him up. More time for Armel to clear the map. He is going to scale into late game puck territory, which is scary in any game to say the least.
It's not Paladin Sword. Yep, it was. Paladin Sword drop for Fnatic. That is a huge pickup for an Alchemist.
Very happy with that one. Strength Blink online as well.
Damn.
He's a lot tankier than last time. And again, this Frost Ogre still going to work here.
Yeah, I
A lot
wonder
of
if this
EHP.
is the same one from
It's probably his brother.
10 minutes ago. Yeah. His younger brother. 13,000 net worth lead for Fnatic. OG, you did hear Avery talk about the fact that they can go late, but will they actually get there? Fnatic may just slam the door shut leave no possibility for OG to play a 45-minute Dota game and just take them out in 35.
Keep the Hawks in mind. DJ can still go aggressive here if he sees the opening, especially with OG showing on this bottom lane, TA farming it out. Fnatic know OG does not have their full lineup here. Here's the pull-in.
Pulled them in a little bit, but they still do not have their Undying.
He's trying to buy Wraith Pact right now. He's letting the Philosopher's Stone tick up, finally gets it.
Ooh, what a reaction there from Palos.
That's another Rax down.
Another Dragon form used.
Again, Fnatic's not trying to end the game off these pushes. They just want to bring OG back, stop them farming, and maintain their vision control. OG has no real good plays outside their base that aren't going to be obvious. Here's that 5-man smoke.
Fnatic should
go
be
very
straight
ready.
to the triangle like this. Look at DJ's positioning. He's ready to pop that smoke. He throws out the avalanche, but Amar's a little bit quicker. Though, at the same time, DJ did blink backwards very nicely.
Oh,
he turns around. Nice toss back. At the same time, the Dragon Eye goes for the initiation, but it's Palos who comes through. Does manage to kill the Undying first. Armel almost dead, but he's going to jump down to his orb. Bramble actually hits the Monkey King, but he does manage to land. The Wukong's command onto Jabs. He's going to be terrorized, pushed out of it, tossed over to the Beastmaster. Now dead. Palos hits the 2-man stun with Goyle. On top of that one, they're going to work on the TA, or trying to, but TA's able to man fight up against Palos. Strike isn't quite enough. The regen's coming through. They're kiting out this TA. Palos keeping away. DJ, he's just going to man fight the Templar Assassin. Let Palos live, and DJ gets the kill. Palos cleans up the last one. 4 dead on the side of OG. Buybacks not available for most, and Fnatic look to just keep their foot on OG's throat.
DJ using vision to the maximum there. If he had gotten that 4-staff tree cut, I would have lost my goddamn mind. But the blink outs, the toss back, the combinations, DJ wasting so much of this Monkey King's time, forcing him into bad positions. Armel dancing with danger, narrowly escaping multiple times. The team fight coordination, beautiful from Fnatic. Cannot ask for more. Again, it's such a forced and easy to read move from OG, but they don't really have a choice in this game.
Fnatic keep it going. They're testing the waters, seeing if this Templar Assassin has a buyback. Spoilers, he does not.
Tombstone dropped early here just to try and dissuade some tower hitting. I don't think Palos cares. He's happy to take up the extra gold.
Oh yeah, he is. Working its way through this tier 3. 12 seconds left for the Templar Assassin. OG just trying to stall it out. And Fnatic, they say, we're so far ahead at this point in time, there's no point in trying to force this too much. The TA's back up. We'll respect that. Respect the fact that OG are a very good team fighting team, and fighting into their high ground with a full 5-on-5 is dangerous.
The saving grace for OG is this Bloodthorn on Yuragi. We are seeing the damage come out to this Alch with the extra crits it give. If all of OG's cores end up on this Alchemist or this Puck, they will destroy them in barely any amount of time. This is the one way Fnatic needs to think about losing these fights. If they think about that, they prevent it, they are in the driving seat for sure.
Which is where maybe this Lotus Orb timing is going to be super important.
Yeah, if he can dispel this Alch in the middle of the fight, prevent some stuns, reflect anything. Another 5-man smoke from OG. Fnatic should be reading this, smoking around themselves. They can let the lanes do the work here.
Oh, absolutely. They just get themselves onto the high ground. OG, they're going to be forced back eventually. The creeps are pushing into their base. Yeah.
This is why these moves are so hard. Fnatic, just be patient. Let the creeps give you the vision, get the information. You're in no rush here. Another Roshan spawning in the next few minutes. Scotty on this Alchemist. 3,300 HP with over 30 armor. Good luck.
Another late Roshan. So, Fnatic probably going to be a little sad about that. But, you know, in a winning game, maybe it's a psychological advantage to just hang out here, enjoying, savoring the potential victory. Crowd certainly loving it.
You see some of this OG itemization, respecting the armor, trying to go for these Mjolnirs. They have one on DK, they have the DK Shard, they have this Bloodthorn on Yuragi, and even Amar building a Maelstrom into Nullifier of his own. OG trying to itemize to deal with the mass amounts of physical resist that Fnatic's pumping out here. I just wonder if it's too little too late. Even Quiver on this TA, trying to get any sort of hybrid damage they can to pump into this Alch. Again, it's all about the jump and the burst for OG.
Okay, OG.
That's where DJ can just mess with them entirely.
Let's see if they learn their lesson from last time. They just try to go straight up to the high ground in this
Vision.
triangle area, and Fnatic
Tree
once
cut.
again in the position. They get the tree cut onto the Monkey King. He's going to be chains done, in trouble. Armel shows up, and they get the burst damage. A 1-for-1 trade-off, but immediate buyback from our Tiny. They go back to the Tombstone, deal with that, and now look at a chase after whoever from OG is still outside of their base, and that means Chu. Chu, well, Armel actually looking for more. Missed the coil. Eventually, they do get Chu in that jungle area.
This is Roshan.
Yeah.
Monkey up in 30. Maybe they have another time to smoke out. It's going to be very close, but this DK form going down. Brilliant tree throw grab from DJ, just picks up a Mars tree and turns it against him. That's the power of the vision that Fnatic's had this entire game. OG buying back the Rubik. They know if they let this Roche go, it's GG.
Look at Fnatic just refusing to leave this area, forcing OG time and time again to fight on a low ground area. So disciplined. They know they have the advantage. They know OG has to come out and contest this Roshan, and they just sit there lying in wait. Lying, waiting for their opportunity to take what is essentially a very advantageous team fight. When you've got that kind of vision and the high ground.
It's this Refresher Shard. So you're looking at potentially double coil, maybe double roar. It depends who they want to give it to. I could see either being pretty effective. The double roar versus these OG BKBs could be absolutely devastating. This is pretty much the last team fight of the game up here. Fnatic wins it. So where does OG choose to take it?
They're not going to the Roshan pit. So that means likely they're just going to have to wait inside of the base. But they are holding around this ward. They think maybe Fnatic's going to slip up in positioning here, and they can catch somebody.
Fnatic not slipping anything. They just smoke through.
Yeah, just a 5-man smoke. Look at them. So disciplined. Just sticking together as 5. They can't lose a team fight. That's the way they feel anyway. BKB going off from Mars. Palos tries to go for the initiation. They do manage to get the puck. Like, it's not if they can get it. The Berserker's supposed to try to help them out. They're turning around. Roar goes out onto the Alchemist. Jabs now throws his own Roar against the Templar Assassin. They have the Wukong's command out. They're trying to focus down Palos if they can. The Beastmaster goes down next. DJ jumping in and finishing off the Templar Assassin, but Palos has already taken the damage. His first life is dead. DJ barely getting outside the Wukong's command, but Armel gets the coil onto Lamar. He no longer has BKB. Palos going to show up on his second life and easily deal with him. The unstable concoction gets the extra stun onto BZM as well. They're letting nobody from OG get out of this one alive. They're going to chase after for more and more. DJ avalanche off the mark, but it doesn't matter. Chu's going to die next. They spot Taiga. He TPs away successfully. OG gonna have to use the rest of their buybacks, and they will still be left in a 4 versus 5.
Double core buybacks for both teams here. Puck and Beast had the buy for Fnatic, a costly teamfight victory. That said, they are pushing the last racks here, and OG do not have Wukong, they do not have Tombstone. There it gets dropped, actually. I don't think they can defend this without Wukong.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much of their damage. What a beautiful initiation. The toss back, and there goes Mar. Dead 80 seconds, BZM. Curse Crown stunned up. Yuragi's trying to find an opening to get some damage in, but he just can't do it. BZM just beat to a pulp, and Yuragi's just sitting there watching. Throws some damage on to DJ, but DJ again and again and again. 2-man stun. Toss backs all over the place. Fnatic, a clean victory here. Off of what was a bit of a shaky start the first 10 minutes, but the last 25, clean as hell for Fnatic. And look at our